Powers ultimately black families. How everybody doing out there? Kwofi here. We're here to talk about corn. We're here to talk about corn because it is a miracle plant. Hence, you do get benefits from it. And it is a complex plant. The reason why I say it's a complex plant because there's a lot to go on with this corn that we don't even understand. But let me start off by saying that you do get benefits from eating corn. You get lutein, you get zeaxanthin. These two are photochemicals. And what photochemicals is they promote eye health. It also has vitamin B's. It has riboflavin and thiamine. They both promote eye health. You also get iron, protein, and potassium from corn. Now, when cooking corn, sweet corn is bad for us. Let's understand something. Sweet corn is bad for us. But when cooking corn, you lose vitamin C. But when you lose the vitamin C, you gain antioxidants from it. And it also has ferulic acid. Ferulic acid is a cancer fighter. Now, with those properties alone, debunks the great myth of corn not having any great benefits for us eating. Now, let's get to the digestion pattern of it. It is an insoluble fiber, right? You're not going to be able to digest the whole thing. And people think just because it comes out whole in the bowel movement that you got no type of benefits because it didn't break down. But what it is an insoluble fiber. So when it's inside of your bladder, when it's going through, what it is there so other good bacteria can feed off of it and it can cling on to all the other bad things that's creating cancer in your body and it drags it out. That's why if you look in your bowel movement when you eat corn, it's a lot of slimy. Even if you have a whole bowel movement, it's slimy around the corn because it dragged the cancer out. It dragged the bad bacteria out as the good bacteria fed on it. Now, let's go to the GMO part of this. Because when we talk about cereal, when we talk about chips, when we talk about corn oil, when we talk about corn syrup, which corn oil and corn syrup is in everything, when we talk about ethanol, when we talk about livestock feed, then we talk about GMO companies. Now we're talking about myths. Because the myth is that they cite the claim is the biggest myth is that the American, because like I say, the corn only grows in North America indigenously, organically. So what America is doing is lying, saying that we are not these big corn people, but there is 28 states out of America that grows corn. We talking about Texas, we talking about the Carolinas, South Carolinas, South Dakotas, New York. We talking about Georgia, we talking about Ohio, we talking about Michigan, we talking about the ones like Nebraska and Iowa. They're nothing but dedicated to growing corn so they can feed to the livestock, so they can feed to the millions of animals that they're slaughtering. You see what I'm saying? That's when we get to talk about the GMOs and how bad this corn is for us. When we get to talking about that stuff. If you're eating chips all day, if you're eating cereal all day, if you're eating corn syrup, infused candy, whatever all day, snacks all day, then that's when we're talking about corn is bad for us. But let's flip that into the people who bring it to us. Let's follow the people who bring it to us. Let's talk about the natives. The natives, if you follow the natives, they have information about it helping the kidneys and the bladder. I believe it's dysentery complications and it's indigestion complications that corn helps. It also helps mothers produce milk for infants, breast milk for infants. It helps ulcers, burns, swelling, and it also helps UTIs in both men and women. Now we're talking about they used to drink it though. They didn't eat it too much. They used to drink it. They used to use teas and different nectars to use it. Now when I'm talking about, it also used to cure eczema while I'm on the topic of it, and poison ivy and different insect bites while we're just on the topic of what it cures. Now, we're talking about they used to drink it in teas and nectars though. They used to use the silk of people who's hipped to corn and the product of the plant of corn. We're talking about the silk of the corn. The silk is used as a natural diuretic. The natives use it as a natural diuretic. The silk and the oil. Even the cob, that's when I talk about the poison ivy and the mosquito bites, the cob was broke down and used, even the cob of it was broke down and used for the poison ivy. So when we talking about these things, do the research yourself. Break these things down yourself. Don't miss out on a miracle plant because you are following society. We can be healthy beings and kick these pharmaceutical companies and everything else and be the optimal wellness beings that we should be. Powers ultimately black families. Everybody stay healthy out there.